In this video, we're going to finish the Triangle Inequality Theorem worksheet on the KutaSoftware website within the geometry section. Our directions for the second part state that two sides of a triangle have the following measures. Find the range of possible measures for the third side. Remember, if we have a triangle with sides A, B, and C, A plus B has to be greater than C, B plus C has to be greater than A, and A plus C has to be greater than B. However, let's substitute that variable C for x. So now our sides are A, B, and x, where x represents the same value as C. So A plus B is greater than x. That will give us the highest number in our range. And then we have B plus x greater than A, and A plus x greater than B. Therefore, that we can say that x has to be greater than A minus B if we were to subtract B from both sides. And we can also say that x has to be greater than B minus A. However, one of these numbers will give us a negative number depending on whether A is greater than B or B is greater than A. If A is greater than B, then we will get a negative number, and we know that a side of a triangle cannot have a negative measure. Therefore, if A is greater than B, the second number in our range will be A minus B. And if B is greater than A, then the second number in our range would be B minus A. So essentially, we're going to look at the two numbers given, add those together, and figure out what number that x is less than, and then we're going to subtract the smaller side that's given from the larger side that's given, and see what x has to be greater than. So let's use this in number 13. In number 13, we're given 9 and 5. Let's say A and B. So 9 plus 5 is greater than x, and then since 9 is greater than B, we know that x is going to be greater than A minus B, 9 minus 5. So 9 plus 5 is 14, so 14 is greater than x, and x is greater than 9 minus 5, which is 4. So our range is 4 is less than x, which is less than 14. Because x has to be less than 14, since 9 plus 5 equals 14, and those two sides have to be greater than the third, and x has to be greater than 4, since 4 plus 5 would give us 9, and 9 is not greater than 9. Therefore, x has to be greater than 4. So number 14, remember, x has to be smaller than the two sides added together, and it has to be greater than the difference of the two sides. So x has to be less than 5 plus 8, and 8 minus 5 has to be less than x. 5 plus 8 is 13, so x is less than 13, and 8 minus 5 is 3, so 3 is less than x. So number 14, our answer is 3 is less than x, which is less than 13. Since the two sides, 8 plus 5, add up to 13, and x has to be less than that, and the difference between the two sides, taking away the smallest from the largest, 8 minus 5 is 3. And again, we can look at this as 5 plus 8 has to be greater than that third side, x. So if x was 13, 5 plus 8 is 13, and 13 is not greater than 13. 13 is equal to 13. Therefore, x has to be less than 13. And if we look at the addition of the other side, let's say x plus 5, that has to be greater than 8. But notice that if x is 3, 3 plus 5 is 8, and 8 is not greater than 8. Therefore, x has to be greater than 3. Say a number like 4. 4 plus 5 is 9, and 9 is greater than 8. Let's move on to number 15. In 15, we have 6 and 10. 6 plus 10 equals 16, and the largest minus the smallest, 10 minus 6 is equal to 4. So 4 is less than x, which is less than 16. That is our range for number 15. As soon as x is 16 or greater, then 6 plus 10 is not greater than that third side. Our third side has to be greater than 10, so it has to be a number greater than 4, since 6 plus 4 equals 10. In number 16, we have 6 and 9. So 6 plus 9 is greater than that third side, and 9 minus 6 is less than that third side. So 15 is greater than that third side, and 3 is less than that third side. 3 is less than x, which is less than 15. Number 17, we're looking at sides with measures 11 and 8. So 11 plus 8 is greater than that third side, and 11 minus 8 is less than that third side. 11 plus 8 is 19, so 19 is greater than x, and 11 minus 8 is 3, so 3 is less than x. So for the range of that third side, we have 3 is less than x, which is less than 19. So that third side can be anything between numbers 3 and 19, excluding the 3 and the 19. And lastly in this video, number 18. We have sides 14 and 11. So those two sides have to be greater than the third side, and the difference between those two sides has to be less than that third side. So 14 plus 11 is 25, so 25 is greater than x, or that third side. 14 minus 11 is 3, so 3 is less than that third side. So our range is 3 is less than x, which is less than 25. And that is the final solution on this worksheet. Don't forget to click the subscribe button, and while you're clicking that button, go ahead and click the thumbs up. If you have any questions or need further clarification on the triangle inequality theorem, just leave me a message in the comments below.